This episode of The Basic Filmmaker is brought to you by paying sponsors. I loves me some slow dolly shots. In the last episode we covered Steadicam type shots, gear, tricks, tips, and well, just watch it. It's over 30 frickin' minutes long. In this episode we're looking at another stabilizer, sliders. This is going to go really fast, so hang on, because here we go. In Hollywood movies they use big expensive dolly systems and have an operator and assistant push or pull the thing along metal tracks to get some of the best shots caught on camera, smooth, slow, controlled camera moves that really add to telling the story visually. Then came smaller and lighter weight cameras, camcorders and DSLRs, and some really smart people started designing smaller, cheaper dolly systems to imitate those Hollywood dolly shots. Then came a crap ton of other contraptions and gadgets and things. Some of them worked, some of them not. I think the best solution was the sliders. You can always get good shots with it, and it's not really hard to use. It adds a lot to the scene you're shooting, and it's really portable. And note, I said good slider. There's nothing wrong with DIYing your own slider or purchasing some low-cost solution to start playing around with. But if you want to get good dolly type shots, you need to get a good slider, and you need to spend some money on it and be glad you don't have to spend 50 G's for a Hollywood rig. And that leads us to the question, what's a good slider? Which then leads us to sliders I really love, like the one I'm covering today, which leads us to the question, what's so freaking good about it? Which then leads me to having to do another disclaimer, like my last video, so people don't think I'm being paid off or get something for saying this is good. Okay, I get nothing out of showing you these things. I could say this thing is shit, which I wouldn't because it's not, because I won't show you anything that sucks. That's my rule. If I don't think it's awesome and wouldn't use it, I don't show it. Here, let me show you. This is crap. Don't buy it, don't use it. Hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it. Now that's out of the way, so I can show you what I consider would be a good slider, one that will last you, that you'll use, won't fail you, and is upgradable. Wait, upgradable? Yep, we'll get to that in a moment. So here's one slider of choice. This is one of my shorter ones, a Konova K3 Slider, about 80 centimeters long, which is 31.5 inches for US folks. They come in lengths from 60 centimeters, 23 inches, to 150 centimeters, almost 5 feet. So you may ask yourself, why that one? Because I've had it for 2 years, had it on numerous personal and professional projects. It still works as good as the day I bought it, and it never fails. So now you may ask yourself, well, what makes that so good? Let's take a quick look before I get to the really good part. It comes with a bag, and you know from my last episode what I think about spending money on good gear that doesn't come with a decent bag or case. It pisses me off. Next is the slider itself, which is all highly finished metal, not a single piece of plastic crap anywhere. The rail is metal, the mount is metal, the thumb screws are metal, everything is metal. The reason these slide so well and so smooth is they use ball bearings of high carbon steel in a process called super finishing and grind everything to within 1.5 millimeters, which is about 5/100ths of an inch. The design is well thought out, which becomes really obvious in a minute when I show you the upgrades you can add. These ends attach to the ends of the slider and hold it up, and yes, it's even more metal and no plastic crap. Oh yeah, I need you to show you the excruciating long build process. Ready? Go! Attach this thing to one end of the slider and screw it on like this. Now do the same with the other thing and attach it to the other end of the slider. Done. What's cool about these end things is you can position them in a bajillion different ways and heights, so no matter what surface or terrain you're using this on, it's stable. You'll want to mount your tripod head on here so you can tilt and pan the camera as needed, and as you know I love quick release plates, and my Manfrotto 701 HDV head camera head has one built in. Now mount the camera and start sliding and shooting stuff that looks awesome. I can shoot horizontal, vertical, on a slope, over things, under things, and drop this slider just about anywhere without having to worry about it because of those cool leveling legs. I can do push shots, pull shots, tracking shots, booming shots, lean it against the house shots, and put this thing in just about any position you can imagine. Now there's even more awesome, and I haven't even gotten to the good part yet. This sounds like a commercial or something. It's not. I'm just really excited and I've had a ton of coffee. Grab a couple of tripods and you're able to get more shots than you could shake a stick at. Get it? Tripod, stick. Horizontal shots, vertical shots, angular shots, upside down shots, booming shots. There are so many ways and variations on how you can position this thing and get great shots. I can't imagine not being able to get the shot you want. But wait, there's even more awesome. See these little doodads here? They're nice little padded stops, which also keep the rails clean. Swoosh. Oh, I almost forgot. This thing holds a lot of weight. 80 pounds, 27 kilograms according to Konova. How about twice that? So I'm pretty sure it'll handle whatever gear you mount on it. And it's not hard to use. Just practice and move the shot slow. I find it helps to drag your finger lightly on the rail. The only problem you run into when you want an exactly timed shot is the same speed from one end of the slider to the other, which is exactly what you really want, because otherwise you're trying to fudge it. This is really important when you want a really, really slow shot, which are usually the most awesome ones. So now you might say,
So now you're talking about those crank handle things, right?
no. You crank the handle to move the slider, and that doesn't really give us our awesome, perfectly timed sliding shot. So now you might say,
How about those big cylinder motor things you put together and mount on the end of the slider and have to tweak and around with?
well, that's one solution, but I hate those things. The motor is always in the way on one end, the wires get in the way, and it can get knocked around. So here's where real awesome starts to come in. Hello, what are you? This is a slider motor, a plate, a belt, and a controller. Watch this. You unscrew the existing bolts from the top slider plate, put an improved top plate over the existing one and screw it back down with the supplied bolts. Put this belt on the motor here, attach the motor to the back of the slider and screw it in with this knob. Slide the belt onto one end of the slider and tighten this knob. Slide the belt onto the other end of the slider and tighten the knob. Plug these two cords into the controller. Plug this into the wall outlet, and you've got motorized slider heaven without the headaches of a crappy design. Motor's out of the way, the wires are on back and travel with the motor. You don't have a big cylinder thing sticking out, and now there are plenty of extra holes so you can, for example, mount your monitor so it travels with the slider instead of having even more cords getting in the way. And it's really simple to use. Turn this on here, move the joystick back and forth, and you get controlled time movement all the way through the shot. I know, now you may say, but wait, it's too fast for the shot I want. Well, just turn this dial up or down, make it go as fast or slow as you want, and joystick away. Now you may be thinking, I see the knob turned all the way down and I still want a slower shot. Aha! Here's even more awesome sauce. Just unmount this motor, attach the next step down motor like you did the last one, and check it out. Way slower. Now you can turn it down even more and you can get really, really slow movement. Now I can't help you if you say, look dude, I want a shot that is so seriously slow that the viewer almost doesn't notice it. Well, at this point, I'm not sure what to tell you. Or maybe I could show you this. Just remove this motor again and attach the even way more slower motor like you did the last one. Let's turn this down until it crawls and waits forever for the thing to get from one side to the other. Seriously, you can get really awesome crawling slow shots using this setup, and I doubt you'll be able to do it by hand. I know. You've probably caught me now as you say, aha, I've got him now. How the hell am I going to plug this thing in when there's no electricity around, huh? You might have me on that one, but instead I'll say, aha, back! Here's the battery pack. Just plug one end in here and you can tell electricity to go F itself. It even has a case and a carry strap, so off you go. Now I can't think how you could make this thing any more awesome than it is. I mean, I can shoot any shot as slow or fast as I want, exactly timed, in any position that I want, anywhere I want, and I didn't have to buy another slider. Aha again! It's even more awesome. Let's say you want the slider to ease up to start speed or ease down to its stop speed. Just push this button here and set the amount, slow or fast as you want. Now when you start or end the shot, it speeds up and slows down as much or as little as you want. That's awesome! Well, actually, we're not done yet. You can also get a pan and tilt head for this thing, so you can pan and tilt and slide just about anywhere in any position and use the same basic controller I've got right here. That's what this button is for. And now we've reached awesomeness. Or have we? How about adding an intervalometer to your camera? Basically, that's a device that tells your camera to take a picture every so often, and that means you can do time-lapse shots with this thing. And now we're at full awesomeness. No, there's more. You can purchase the upgraded controller that will do the time-lapse for you without the intervalometer and control the pan tilt head, the slider, and the motors, and the whole damn thing with your two hands. And now we've reached awesome sauce. Or have we? How about a crane designed specifically for any of these sliders? You just slap the slider with your motor of choice on the crane, and now you have a craning, sliding, tilting, panning, remote controlled monster shooting machine. Next time you go shooting, take your tripod and your slider with you. When you're ready to shoot a scene, decide if a dolly type shot would make it better. A lot of times it does. If so, a minute of extra time to set up the slider will be well worth it. You'll be able to get those smooth control camera moves like the big Hollywood guys do. If you're interested in any of these, I've included the links below. In our next episode on stabilizers, I'm going to try and wrap the series up. We're going to be covering handheld cages, fig rigs, shoulder rigs, and all things that make handheld shots better. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for being a filmmaker.
Okay, let's test a hand shot. This. Oh shit.